Do you guys also sometimes have that feeling of like, damn, I'm actually really happy right now? I actually had that this morning. I woke up and I thought about something. And funny enough, Crypto Wolf here came with a tweet that kind of follows that idea. And it is, many should be happy now that the price of XRP is this high. It was ranging between 20 and 30 cents. That it's nice to see something different after all those years. This is only the beginning of what's coming our way, but still, it is very nice to see that we've actually doubled in such a short amount of time. I thought about it just now. I've been accumulating XRP for so long at about 20 cents, which again, I'm very grateful for, but it's kind of mind-boggling to me that we right now are 3 times that price in such a short time span, and this is just the start, in my opinion, of where we're going to be going. I just wanted to congratulate you all for joining the XRP bandwagon. Once more, I cannot guarantee that this investment will do good. Again, I'm not a legal advisor or anything like that, but I'm just really excited about the whole process and the fact that we got in so early. Still, even if you just got in 2020, I feel like we're early. Even if you didn't have any XRP right now or not even planning to get some, you're still early into crypto, and I wish you the best of luck in the crypto realm. Things are just looking good, guys. I'm just happy with it all. I'm just happy. Look at XRP chart for just a little second. And by the way, guys, we are giving away today is again a special one. 250 XRP if we can get 1,500 likes in 24 hours. There we go. All right, make sure you smash that like button. And let's move on here. As I've said, we were under this 30 cent mark for so long. Let me go to a daily here so we can get a better idea. All right, this is where the 30 cent line is, right in the middle of this blue one. So we hit it a couple of times right here. Oh, we keep scrolling back. We hit it once right here. We keep scrolling back. Here, November of 2009. No, we keep scrolling back because we just hit that. The only time that we were above there is before July of 2019. So it's been at least 1.5 years since we even got to this point, and that's not even the broader picture, right? Because that's at maximum 49, let's say almost 50 cents. The last time we got above there was November of 2018, more than 2 years ago. Are you guys thinking about that? You guys thought about that for a little second? More than 2 years ago. And the last time we went higher than this was in May 2018. That was the last time that we went higher than where we just went a couple of days ago. That's the last time. When I thought about that, man, did I have a happiness spike. Once more, looking at all that we've been looking at for XRP, just once more, I keep convincing myself not to go in completely heavily because, again, I always want to stay investing in a good sense, right? I want to do it following the rules and doing it smart. But whenever you look at these prices, sometimes it's just almost tempting to just splurge, just put in more money than you can afford to lose. Now, again, I'm not going to do that, but the idea is so freaking close. It's always looming just because these coins look so damn juicy. And we know the future. We know it. We know the future. We know everything is looking good. Intellectual capital firm calls XRP one of the most intriguing assets in crypto. The publicly traded risk management firm Firmo Corp is making the case for XRP, and in the latest letter to shareholders, the firm outlines its bullish stance on the crypto markets and specifically outlines XRP as a unique digital asset due to the fact that it's not mined and it's deflationary in nature. XRP itself is one of the more intriguing currencies as it is explicitly deflationary. Well, there's quite a lot of them, but it's about the idea, all right? There is a modest cost for transacting in XRP, which is not actually paid to any intermediary, like miners or so. The fee, which is a very small fraction of a unit of XRP most of the time, and which is used to protect the network, is simply destroyed, burned, poof, gone. Therefore, the number of XRP units is constantly decreasing. We've done a study on this before on the channel here, and the conclusion, I do not remember perfectly, but it was so that really getting rich or ridiculously high XRP prices because of burning is almost impossible. Because even if people were to burn heavily, and they would, instead of burning 0.0000011 XRP, they would go and up that by 100, which on average people won't do. Even if we go to 0.0001 XRP or something like that, it would still take so long to burn a lot, right? And with the fee that it is right now, if they don't set it higher, which they won't most likely, there's so many billions of transactions that will be possible before we really start to see a lot of XRP being burned, all right? It will take a very long time, especially if you consider, all right, I don't know exactly how much the fee is, the minimum of XRP, but let's say there's 100,000 transactions that you can do for one XRP. If you think about, 1 billion times 100,000 transactions, even if you say, okay, there's 1 million transactions happening a day, right? Let's say there's 10 million, even 100 million transactions happening a day. It would still take, how many? 1 million days then? Or is my math off to burn a billion? You guys get the picture that I'm trying to paint, right? I don't have the math in my head perfectly here because I'm recording. And doing math and recording, unless you're actively busy with the math, is difficult. All right, again, I think I know my math quite perfectly, but doing it here whilst I'm having a monologue, that's a difficult one, all right? If you're watching, it becomes a lot easier because you can just think about it peacefully. I have to think about what words I'm going to say after I think about the math, all right? Think about that for a little second. You guys know from my other video, I know how to do math, but doing it while recording, not my cup of cake. All right, not my piece of cake, I should say. Not my piece of pie. I don't know what the sentence is in English. If the transaction velocity of XRP were to rise greatly, the number of currency units would decline greatly, and thereby creating substantial return. Even if the coin itself did not experience an increase in market cap, it would, however, experience an increase in value per unit. Theoretically speaking, possible. It's the truth, though. Even if the market cap did not increase, since XRP is constantly burning more, you would, theoretically speaking, have more value per XRP all the time. However, since it's so small, I don't really think about it that way. One thing I sometimes consider is if the smallest amount of XRP is, I don't remember how many decimals XRP actually has. I mean, I don't ever use it, these smaller decimals. I just put it in and I'm done. All right, maybe we can do it this way. If we put in $0.00001, okay, so on this one, it only goes into the 4 decimals. However, if we get to $1,000 per XRP, your fee would all of a sudden go from 0.001 cent or something like that to maybe, a couple cents per transaction, maybe, right? Because there's a minimum fee, of course. Sometimes I think about that one. Upcoming Cardano, because I want to also talk about some other altcoins here. You guys see it, what I have open. Cardano or upcoming upcoming Cardano hard fork to introduce token lock-in ahead of Gaogen. I think Charles Hoskinson actually pronounced this Gogen, or something like that. I always like to say Gaogen just because I have it in my head, like how a Chinese person would pronounce it. I don't know, I have that in my head. So that's me. All right, IOHK is planning a smooth upgrade path to Gogen. And yeah, I mean, what else do I have to say about this? If you don't know about it, check it out. It's pretty damn cool. Cardano has a very good future ahead of themselves, but there is more. Cardano price analysis, ADA upswing could potentially hit $2.40. They're very much getting ahead of themselves, but that's because, like XRP, like Stellar, the fundamentals behind Cardano are quite good. And that's kind of the same thing I say about VeChain sometimes, where the fundamentals are just so good that you can kind of pick a price at miscellaneous point. You can just put your finger into your mouth or in your nose and just pick a number, and you'll get to something which is most likely possible. The same thing can be done for XRP, really. If you think $4.59, it's perfectly possible, and nobody's going to doubt that at all, I think. The same thing for other projects which have huge utility or real-world usage or are being built upon on a very unique or beautiful level. VeChain, of course, we have seen the real utility all the time, so there's not really a question about that. Cardano, again, philosophical coin, very worked out perfectly in a certain sense where they think about things before they do them, and they're very well planned out. I've never had something to say against Cardano. I can't do it, except for the fact that they are slow in nature, right? With the way that they did things before, and before they launched their mainnet, it took a freaking, I don't even know how long it took, but it took a very freaking age, right? It required a lot of waiting for everybody, and it was not fun. However, in the end, it was worth the wait because Cardano is huge. Cardano is looking amazing right now, and I'm really happy to be a supporter of that coin. VeChain, the same thing, all right? I keep holding very, very steadily. I'm not going to sell any VeChain at all. And if you guys watch more of my videos, you know that I had some stuff to say about no seafood before because, first of all, I think that logo or that name for a seafood company is dumb as you can be. If you are for seafood, you're not going to call your company No Seafood because people are going to be pronouncing like that. They won't say Kno Seafood, so it'll be like, yeah, we're going to do seafood stuff with no seafood. It doesn't sound like you know a lot about seafood. It looks like you're no seafood, like you're against it. At least that's my opinion about it. Maybe they didn't think about it that way. Like, oh, this Dusty man, he's a master brain. He has a 600 IQ, so we must hire him as our marketing director. But maybe, maybe they will. Maybe I'll get a call after making this video We'll see. All right. Maybe I'm not going to be Dusty BC anymore. We're going to be No Seafood Supporter 101 on YouTube. You'll see. VeChain enables the EHCert app to go beyond CV19 records and onboard another hospital in Cyprus. Yeah, they're going at it pretty damn well, guys. They're making ton of movements, or just, I guess, new announcements coming out. And there's two main things you need to know about VeChain. One, supply chain. Second of all, making the world a better place. Kind of sounds crazy for me to say that, because I think most ideas or projects have that with that thing in mind, that you want to make the world a better place. But VeChain is actually doing it on a real measurable level, right? Where they're making things a lot more trackable, traceable, and they're making hospitals function better already, right? A lot of projects have that idea of, oh, we're gonna do this for the world. We're gonna help hospitals out like this, or we can do this in theory. They're doing it, and they're helping out already. It's happening, and they have some of the biggest partnerships in the world already. DNVGL is just one of them that VeChain has a very close bond with. Something you should think about, Something you should think about. They're huge. All right, then I had these ones talking about the stimulus right now. I think that's also something that's kind of gotten in the back. People are not really talking too much about stimulus anymore, but more and more articles are coming out right now. You can see it here. Most popular is also the stimulus article right as we speak. Top Economist says this is what's on their stimulus wish list, and the bipartisan bill looks pretty close. So I don't really want to go too far into what the different ideas are about a stimulus, but I also want to say that we shouldn't forget that this is still a thing. All right, we shouldn't forget that there's still a huge injection of US dollars coming in very shortly. And even though you may be waiting for this stimulus in a positive sense, where like, free dollars, I, as a European, I guess, in that sense, see it very differently. I see it as you guys are messing up the economy because of that much of a quantitative easing. Right, that much money is being put in, which ultimately is going to save the economy, because consumers will have more money to spend, which again will be spent most likely, and thus in turn will not really do anything bad in that sense. But the devaluation of the dollar is increasing, the national debt is increasing as well, which is a very bad thing for the world in general, as well. You're devaluing everything, and I don't like that. I don't like it. Another one was here, stimulus update, what the bipartisan senators' $900 billion package does and doesn't include. Right, it's just about the idea that $1 trillion is going to be put in back into this, and it's a lot of money to consider, right? It's a lot of freaking money. Then quickly to talk about XLM, a lot of people are still bullish about that one. I am too, but if I had to pick one currency that I have my doubts over out of this top list that I always like to make for you guys, not talking about price, but talking about real fundamentals and team, I sometimes think XLM has a team that's kind of toxic and not with their best interest for the community, but more so best interest for their pockets. However, again, the way that they're moving right now is still very, very bullish, and I do hold it, and I'm not thinking about selling. But I do think about that more so than with any other of these projects, right? With Cardano, I feel like he could have left a long time ago with a ton of money, since the Cardano founder, or I should say IOHK CEO, and just the founder of one of the founders of the project, Charles Hoskinson, is also a co-founder of Ethereum and Ethereum Classic, most likely already has a ton of money, or could have gotten in a very easier and quicker way, right? If he's been here for so many years right now and has already been in the game for that long and that type of stuff. And also, they could have made their coin a lot differently, where they just go for the most amount of money instead of this very freaking difficult and heavy approach by doing everything properly. I just think so. I don't really have any doubt with that. With Ripple and XRP, I just see the real world usage. I see them fixing this world in a certain way, and they're having a financial revolution. I like that. VeChain, as I said before, they're really, you can just measure what they're doing already through everything like verify key or verify car, I don't know the name exactly, and all that stuff, and the tracking and stuff like that. It's all just measurable. With XLM, I kind of feel as if, even though they may be making updates and they're doing good, for example, stuff like this is coming out, I kind of feel like the team is kind of, I kind of feel like the team sometimes is a little bit toxic. But again, it doesn't take away from my bullishness on XLM. I've had some times where I was not bullish on it, but right now I am, so it doesn't really matter. But that's my idea. A recent real-life farming model has proven that the Stellar blockchain can drive sustainability in low and middle-income countries. The model used the Stellar blockchain to make small payments at negligible fees to farmers in Thailand from the UK, which, on a certain sense, though, is a very positive thing like Ripple is doing. So that's why I cannot ignore them sometimes, right? The fees are so low. I cannot ignore them. I cannot put them down saying they're bad. I just don't want the team to go rogue on us and leave us in the dark. But I don't think with the way that things are going right now they will. But just keep that in the back of your head. Let's think about this team sometimes, and let's not forget that they have pulled a couple of things before that I was not really in agreement with. But for right now, though, I am pretty damn bullish on everything. So yeah, that was another crypto video. Hopefully you guys all enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you press the like button and subscribe, and I will definitely see you guys again in another crypto video.